You know, both guys have had tremendous starts to their careers. They really have. I mean, Trevor is in his 4th year. He's only a junior eligibility-wise, but he's been with us 4 years, and of course, Rock has been with us 4 years. They've brought a lot to the program, but I believe that they've got a lot more in them. And I just think they'll have tremendous years this year. They've been great in practice. Their leadership has been great, along with Mike Benege, another 4-year player. We've got 3 guys that have been in college basketball for 4 years, and that's probably better than a lot of teams in terms of experience. And obviously, we need our young guys to play well, but that's pretty much true of every program in the country. Well, that's a great question. I mean, you made a great point. We've lost more than we've ever lost in terms of our offensive production. I didn't know that until I read that someplace the other day. But, you know, obviously our 2 freshmen have to step up. Last year we had a freshman point guard. At this time of the year we were asking him to step up, and it's the same thing this year. We have a freshman point guard. He'll need to step up. Certainly, as I mentioned, our veteran players are going to have to be there. But it's not any one guy. It's really the group of young players that we have. They really all have to step up a little bit. Well, if you watch practice this year and you watch what Caleb's done and you watch practice last year and you watch Tyler, you would think, you know, these guys are both good players. You know, they both, you know, they're both good. You wouldn't necessarily think, well, you know, there's a big difference. You know, they play a little differently, but they both have a big impact on practice. They make good plays, good decisions. I think the difference and this is something you never know, you know, when the games started, Tyler Rose, you know, took his game up to another level. He played even better. Usually it's unusual for a freshman to actually play a lot better in games, in big games, than he would in practice. But that's what he was able to do, and I think Caleb certainly has the tools and the ability to do that. It's just, you know, let's see how it all goes, see how the games come. I mean, Tyler Ennis is, you know, he led the league, a very good conference in assists and steals and assist-to-turnover ratio. He just had an unbelievable freshman year. I think Caleb Joseph is certainly capable of doing things like that, and we would certainly like to see that. You know, everybody looks good in practice. I think sometimes we get fooled a little bit. We forget that they're playing against each other. So, you know, they're doing what they can do. They're working hard. I'm happy with what they've done. But, you know, you really don't know about your players individually, or you don't know about them as a team until they come together, until they get in competition. I'm excited Sunday. We're playing a team that should have beat us last year. We had a pretty good team last year, and they should have beat us. They were 10 points up with 3 minutes to go in the game, and they're better this year. So we're playing an exhibition game against a team that's better than us, I think. So hopefully that'll be a good kind of a benchmark for what we need to do, and it's always good for players to see that, because players think they're good. So sometimes that's why losses really help you more than wins. When players win games, they think they're good, even if they didn't play well, even if it was a bad team. But when they lose, they look in the mirror and they start to realize they've got to do something to get better. But I'm happy with what our freshmen and sophomores have done. They've worked hard. They put the work in. They really have given every effort. There's been nothing that I would ask them to do that they haven't done. Was that Rakeem? Yeah. Well, Rakeem, you know, has been in a position where, you know, even last year, C.J. Fair was our first option on offense, and Trevor was always a big guy that we wanted to get going. And then Tyler started to be more offensive minded as the year went along, and Jeremy was so Rakeem was really down the list in terms of options. So I don't think we've really been able to get a good indication of just how good he is offensively, because we have not really got him the ball as we got those other guys the ball. And that's not unusual for a big guy. Arinze didn't get the ball much until his last year. He had a very good year. I think Rock will have a great year this year offensively, because I think he'll get the ball, and I think he's better, more ready for that role. And I think he will be aggressive. I think last year at the end of the year when Bai didn't play, he learned how to play 30 minutes, 35 minutes a game. So I think he understands what he has to do to be in the game for 30 or 35 minutes. And I think he's better offensively, and I think he will get the ball in more situations this year. He had more shots in the scrimmage the other day than he's had since he's been here in a scrimmage. So I think he's prepared for that.